This episode of Earn Your Happy is sponsored in part by Shopify, Constant Contact, Cozy Earth, Airbnb, and OpenPhone. If you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/happy. Constant Contact's award-winning marketing platform is here to make marketing way easier and way more effective. Try Constant Contact free for 30 days at constantcontact.com. Where would you live for a year if you hosted your home on Airbnb and went on an adventure? Find a co-host at airbnb.com/host. Sleep cooler, lounge lighter, stay cozy. Go to cozyearth.com and use code EARN for 40% off. OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers. OpenPhone is offering my listeners 20% off of your first 6 months at openphone.com/earn. Energy is the most contagious thing around, and negativity is loud right now because it is easy to be negative. It is hard to lift other people up around you and show that there's still hope and show that there's still people winning and help them win too. That's called a leader. Help other people win by helping yourself win first. Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. It's time for another quickie because there's always time to fit in inspiration. And if you have not tried Glossy yet, which is my skin and gut supplement, it's a skin routine that you can drink. You're going to love it, especially in summer. You guys replace your old hydration stick because this is full of skin and gut nutrients that are working. Go and check out the reviews. It's life-changing and so hydrating for your skin and your gut, which we all know that so many of the skin issues that we have and things that we see on the outside are because our gut is not being taken care of and is not happy. A lot of times that comes from different inflammation from foods that we're eating or things that we're doing that are not great for ourselves. So go start working on your gut health and go to getglossy.com and use code HAPPY for 25% off. And I know I've told you this before, but 25% off is going to go away very soon because that was for my first year and a half customers that I'm so grateful for on this podcast. So go grab it now. 25% off on your subscription at getglossy.com. That's getglossy.com. And I hope that you love it and it changes your life like it did mine. Okay, on the podcast today, I want to tell you why now is still the best time to build your dream. I know that there is a big conversation out there right now that is very, very fear-based, and it is for good reason. The world has always had changes. The world has always pivoted, and it is now changing faster than our little human minds can possibly wrap around. So there is a lot of uncertainty, but there hasn't been a time in history where there hasn't been uncertainty. And for some of you who are maybe not as old as I am, you haven't yet seen that the world is so insanely cyclical. It's not even funny. I remember when people used to tell me this, I was like, yeah, I don't know. This is different. But when you go back and you look at patterns, it can give you actually a lot of hope for the future. And that's what we're going to do today. So if you're constantly around people saying that the world is going downhill and things are bad, this is your episode because it's going to be a wake-up call. Because yes, there are challenges, but historically, we've always had challenges. And we have always moved forward from them. So what if you could surround yourself with people who focused only on what's possible instead of what's failing and what's falling apart? Because I was just talking about it this morning. I have a friend staying here right now, and we were talking about how you become the environment that you are in, and your environment is the people that you are with constantly, because your environment is stronger than your willpower, aka the people you're around consistently will end up chipping away at you, chiseling down, and you will become their habits. So I know that if I'm going to become the people that I hang around, I'm going to make sure that my environment is who I want to become, not who I don't want to be. I get it. This is challenging because sometimes your family are the people who are around you consistently, and you don't necessarily want to become them because maybe their old patterns and their thoughts are really, you can see how they're holding themselves back. Maybe they're very negative. Maybe they're depressed. Maybe they have a lot of anxiety, and that's just not what you want to have a reflection of in your life. And I'm not saying to cut these people off. What I am saying is go start getting around people who are winning more frequently, who have a winning mindset. And this is what I had to do growing up because I had a massive pattern to break and I knew I was not going to get out of it unless I started to spend more time with people who breathed life into me rather than who told me why my dream wasn't possible. It doesn't mean I love my family less. It means that I needed to put myself first in order to break that pattern because I was a miserable person and I saw where my life was going and I knew that I wouldn't be able to help anyone around me if I got on board of an already sinking ship mentality wise. So I knew that I wanted to be able to help my parents. I knew that I wanted to be able to help my family, help my brother, help my sister if they needed help. And I wasn't going to be able to do that, like I said, in a pattern where I believed things were bad, money couldn't be made. I had a bad money mindset. So I had to break free for a while. I had to go focus on building a network and getting into groups of people who believed that things were very possible. And it changed my entire life. Then I was able to go back to my family more frequently and spend time with them now that I had a much better mindset and knew how to really manage the conversations so that they wouldn't go to the places where I felt very disempowered. So your success is literally directly tied to the narratives you choose to believe and the people who reinforce them. And this episode is about how to protect your energy, how to spot real opportunity, even in massive chaos in the world, and make sure that you're not being held back by fear-based thinking or maybe, like I said, family patterns. So I just want to share that truly right now, history is actually on your side because every generation thinks the world is ending and then we end up thriving. People end up thriving from situations. I didn't say all, but the people who really work on this end up finding a way to thrive. So in the 1970s, inflation was higher than it is today, and unemployment soared, and people said entrepreneurship was dead. And then in 2008, which was the housing market crash, people were literally screaming recession everywhere. And I will tell you that Chris and I went through this. Chris was in the mortgage and finance industry, and he ended up having to fire about 1,000 people. And after the company that he worked for had him lay those people off because he said, if you don't have a job. And then once he did, they gave him the option to either move to, I think it was Pittsburgh, or take a massive pay cut. And this is where Chris said, you know what? I am going to risk it and I'm going to find something else because I also see that everything else was going downhill within that company. And I believe they would have ended up firing him anyway. So he ended up quitting and we took a massive risk. But at that time, we did lose our homes or our home. We did lose our cars and we lost all our money. We were $300,000 in debt. So it was a rough time. It was a rough time everywhere. And I will say that for a while, we were looking at what was bad. We were looking at all the houses in our neighborhood getting foreclosed. And we did a major, major attitude check. We started listening to some positive books. We listened to T. Harv Eker. We started going to different events. And what we did was we started believing that we could become bigger than the problem. And that actually became our mantra was don't downsize, don't cut back and say, where can we get smaller, smaller, smaller? How can we make sure that our life is the smallest it can possibly be so that, we're not going to lose anything else? And we said, no, we want to get bigger than this problem. How do we out-earn this problem? And that just became our life mantra. When you just decide to out-earn a problem, you get bigger than any problem. So in 2008, when everything else was crashing down, guess what was born? Uber, Airbnb, and WhatsApp. Some of the biggest companies in the world were born. So in 2020, when lockdowns were happening and everything changed, it literally looked like the world was ending and the world was crumbling, but so many digital businesses actually exploded and remote work became the norm. So incredible things come out of these terrible times all of the time. They're like a world reset because every single downturn created space for new leaders to rise, new ideas to come out, and for ways to solve problems. So we actually have to stop waiting for the perfect time and know that we need to start building during the times that don't look perfect because that's actually where more opportunity is. So I want to tell you why now is actually a wildly good time for business because despite the noise and what all of the data says, we're actually more equipped than ever, especially people who felt like they weren't as equipped. Now we get the opportunity to use tools that we've never had access to before that help us beyond anything I can possibly tell you. Because Global entrepreneurship is actually up. Millions of new businesses are launched every year, and most of those are by women. So tech tools like AI have reduced startup costs, which has been huge. I've seen that in my own industry with Glossy. I've actually been able to not have to hire like 2 different employees that I would normally have to hire because I have now outsourced that to AI. So you can run a business with almost no overhead. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying all businesses yet, and you will need to hire people to run your AI, which is also what you need to think about is not, oh my God, my job is going away, but how can I collaborate with AI? I'll talk about that in a minute. But there's access to so much education and mentorship more than ever. Like a lot of times for people who are buying courses on different things, you guys can just get that on AI. And like you can go and do things and get information that you would never, ever, ever have access to. You can create a business plan overnight. It can help you create a deck for investment overnight. Like there is unlimited things that you'd normally have to pay for. It can be your business coach, your financial coach, and people are spending more on convenience. That's what this is allowing. They're spending more on convenience. They're spending more on people who are going to help them integrate this AI information. So I want you to be thinking about where your business can go. So if you can help them integrate the information, if you have conveniences, these are things that you can start thinking about that you can kind of pivot towards because the creator and service economy is booming. So I want you to reframe the cost of living to think, yes, things cost more, but we are also more empowered to earn more. So it's really putting your mind to work and knowing like the people who are really willing to hustle right now, and I know you hate that word, but time is of the essence. If you're willing to learn and hustle right now, you're probably going to be able to create more income streams and monetize things that maybe you were not able to do before. I don't want to say maybe that you weren't able to do. You're going to be able to build a brand that looks so aesthetically stunning and with insane messaging because of AI and scale without a warehouse or staff. Like that's revolutionary, you guys. I'm not saying it's 100% here right now, but it's here more than you even think if you tap into it and start using it. But there's a lot of talk right now about AI replacing people. And yes, they are replacing some things. Of course, that is a no-brainer. It is happening. It's happening right now. But it's replacing a lot of inaction. So how I want you to think about it is it's not AI versus humans necessarily. It's humans who use AI versus humans who don't. So I want you to think of using AI to speed up your creativity and admin work, but not replace your voice because you can tell the people who are just like putting out, an AI script or putting out an AI email and you're like, this feels a little cold. It doesn't have story in it. I don't quite relate. So what you want to be doing is co-creating because AI can help you build your landing pages. It can write your emails, you guys. It has been life-changing for helping me write emails. It can help you with script videos. It can help you brainstorm your offers, which this has been so awesome for me for different opt-ins that you might have seen from me. Like it has been so much fun to co-create and create these. And it can give you a lot of data and details and analyzation on what you're launching in the market that you're in and what you should put out in there. So I think that the most important thing that we focus on with our brands is creating community and human connection and face-to-face touch points and make sure that people are seeing your face. Like you'll see that online, I'm doing a lot more face to camera. I'm doing a lot more touch points. I want to be there for people. I want them to feel me. I want them to connect with me. So if you're feeling scared of AI, it's inevitable. It's here. It's coming even more. But instead of getting freaked out by it, I would say get really curious about it and ask how you can start collaborating with it instead of absolutely fearing it. So I live in the cutest little walkable neighborhood, and recently the store Cozy Earth opened up, and I was so excited about it because, I just love being able to go on my walks every single day. You guys know I go twice a day. And being able to pass by and go in there because it has some of the best stuff. And one of the things that really got me was their bamboo sheets. You guys, they're temperature regulating, guaranteed to give you a comfortable night's sleep, made from viscose from bamboo. They're naturally wick away heat and moisture from your body, helping you sleep several degrees cooler. And you guys, Cozy Earth's mission is to transform your 5 to 9, the time that matters most, into the most comfortable part of your day. And let me tell you, they are absolutely helping me do that because sleeping in a cooler environment offers so many scientifically supported benefits that enhance sleep quality and overall health. Here are some key findings from recent studies and expert recommendations, which I sleep in a really ice cold room. You can ask my husband. I don't know if he loves it as much as I do, but deep sleep is so important to me. So enhanced sleep quality. Cooler temperatures facilitate the body's natural drop in core temperature at night, promoting the release of melatonin, a hormone that regulates sleep. And this leads to faster sleep onset and improved sleep quality. It also helps with mood regulation. Cooler sleeping conditions can boost serotonin levels, contributing to improved mood and reduced symptoms of depression. And there's a reduced risk of night sweat. So for individuals experiencing night sweats, such as those undergoing menopause, perimenopause, cooler room temperatures can alleviate symptoms and promote uninterrupted sleep. So you guys, you can help yourself out with some sheets. I am telling you, these things are life-changing because deep sleep has changed my life. And I just feel like I have a different personality when I've gotten enough sleep. I feel like I have all of the energy that I need to get through my day and do all of the things that I have to do as an entrepreneur. So you can do this risk-free purchasing. It's a 100-night sleep trial. So you can try them during the hottest nights of the year, which are coming up. If you're not in love, you can return them hassle-free, but trust me, you won't. It's a 10-year warranty on all bedding products. That's a decade of cool quality sleep. You can upgrade your summer. Go to cozyearth.com and use code EARN for 40% off best-selling temperature regulating sheets, apparel, and more. So trust me, you'll feel the difference the very first night. Sleep cooler, lounge lighter, stay cozy. Go to cozyearth.com and use code EARN for 40% off. As many of you know, Chris and I run entrepreneurial masterminds, which means we not only run our own businesses, which we have multiple of, and our personal brands, but we also get to be inside of hundreds of entrepreneurial businesses a year, if not thousands, with our online businesses as well. So with that, we totally understand that all of us are facing so many challenges, whether it's AI or inflation or political decisions. So many things feel out of your control. And that's why growing your business is the only way forward. It's so important to grow, especially your email list, you guys. And Constant Contact's award-winning marketing platform is here to make marketing way easier and way more effective for a small business like yours. The best part, you don't need to know anything about marketing. Your struggle with expensive, slow, and unmeasurable marketing is over. With their all-in-one platform, you can create and manage attention-grabbing campaigns in just a few clicks. Email, text, social media, events, landing pages, you name it, it's all in one place. No more juggling dozens of different tools. You also get automated sending, real-time reporting, and tools that actually help drive sales. So you're not just marketing your business, you're growing it. And if you ever get stuck, friendly phone support is included with every plan. That's why over 500,000 small businesses trust Constant Contact to stay connected, top of mind, and ahead of the competition. Constant Contact, helping the small stand tall. You guys, I'm so glad I found Constant Contact and can't wait to get started. Get a free 30-day trial when you go to constantcontact.com. Try Constant Contact free for 30 days at constantcontact.com, constantcontact.com. So being around builders is really, really important right now, to be around people who believe that there's so much possibility, that things are possible, not bitter people. Because if you hang around people who think it's hard, you're going to believe them, because energy is the most contagious thing around and negativity is loud right now. But in all honesty, I am like blocking it out. I am unfollowing people. I am not hanging out with those people. I'm switching the conversations. This is not toxic positivity. I'm aware of what's there. I am able to see the news, and then I'm able to choose how I want to be, because it is easy to be negative. It is hard to lift other people up around you and show that there's still hope and show that there's still people winning and help them win too. That's called a leader. Help other people win by helping yourself win first. You guys have to get intentional and you have to curate your circles. You have to say to people, what can we create from this? Not, why is this failing? Why is this broken? Why is this bad? You have to choose those friends who are adapting and showing up and learning new things and bettering themselves and reading new books. Because if you choose people who are choosing the old, that's exactly what you're going to do. So I would rather choose to be slightly delusional with the result of actually having things work than being 100% certain that they won't and never ever try. So if you're willing to work right now, you're going to win. And yes, it might be harder, but you're built for hard things, you guys. I want you to think back about the biggest challenges in your life. I mean, I can think back to the hardest, scariest, biggest things that have happened to me. If you read my book, you know that I have been kidnapped and held hostage overnight in Mexico. And you know that I have lost my homes, lost my cars. You know that I was raised in a religion where I wasn't allowed to associate with anyone outside of my religion at all. You'll know that I was homeschooled through high school and I did not graduate high school. You guys, these are the things that if I did not have them, number one, I wouldn't be relatable to most people. Number two, I wouldn't be able to feel the deep compassion for people that I actually have deep in my soul, for people who maybe struggle with anxiety or depression or leaving their family because of just the deep, deep patterns that you feel like you can't break free from. I understand that, and I'm so grateful for it. I understand what it's like to wonder if you are in the last moments of your life. I understand what it's like to have massive faith in that moment and know that all that really matters is your relationship to God and, you know, what you did on the planet. I understand humans to a very deep extent that I would never trade any of those things that I just said. I would never trade them for anything because they have become my superpowers, you guys. So yes, it might be hard, but the hard things are what make us. And there's no time in history where people didn't have to work hard to build their dreams. And we're living in the most resource-rich, connection-filled, opportunity-drenched time literally in history to be alive. Take complaining, justifying, and blaming out of your narrative, like fully take it out. And you have to start working. You have to bet on yourself and you have to use these tools and you have to do the damn thing, you guys. So this week, I want you to do something like unfollow a doomsday account. And maybe instead, I want you to text a friend who always lifts you up and let them know that they're helping you and to keep going. Because the world is literally what you decide to see. And if you see the good, and if you see the growth, and if you see the chance to lead, you guys, that is going to be what you believe is possible. So whatever you do, surround yourself with people who lift you up and remind you of what's possible. I'm so grateful for you. I hope that this podcast is always a source of light, a source of energy, a source of belief, a source of opportunity, a source of tools, a source of everything for you, because I know how important it is to be able to look to the leaders who show you what is still possible. So I'm grateful for you listening. Share this with someone who needs it. And until next time, earn your happy. Bye, everyone.